Today's session started with bullish uptrend. We had a break and new extreme. There was a textbook visual to like a pullback double trap at the EMA. After breaking new high, the market cycle says we can expect correction or reversal. Reversal is not happening. We have flat EMA, consistent price swings up and down. So this is indicating consolidation to correction. In order for me to think about selling, I would need to see proven downtrend first. But as you can see, we started with bullish bias, and the way you trade up into consolidation, you're generally going to break in the direction. So there is more of a bullish bias. Let's see what's going to happen. You have a small break, new extreme, and price action is pushing above EMA. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark my new extreme. Most breakouts will fail according to trend range rules. And because I don't want to leave these candles alone on the chart, there's always a pattern present. I'm going to follow the short-term trend line. Okay, the channels can eventually expand, but you have to start with tight channels because you want to follow the directional bias of the market accurately. So right now what I'm expecting, well, because this channel is in play and I'm going to combine it with the overall bullish structure, I would like to see second entry long at the EMA high probability setup, but we don't even have first entry long and EMA is not really holding. Now you cannot really consider this as a failed second entry short, counting from this low, first entry short, second entry short failure, simply because the failed second entry short is lower than the high low and you can see the move already happened. You want to take the failed second entry short like this, new low, first entry short, second entry short failure, something like this motion. You can see the leg up already happened, so it is too late. EMA is not holding and you need to reset the count and treat it as a first entry long only. Downtrend in play. Okay, and now we're back above EMA. I'm gonna expand my trend range because there's a brand new low and the bias is more bullish. Yes, we need to get new high for this uptrend, so I'm not thinking about selling, but we are in the middle of trend range. There is flat EMA. This is area of indecision. Don't force entries. I'm just gonna be waiting and I'm going to see what's going to happen. Okay, potentially high low, but body is not at the EMA. It's too flat. The second entry long would have been a stronger setup, but by the time it forms, it is quite big. You know, it seems a little bit more aggressive. Now we have a break in new extreme, so uptrend played out. Let's see what's going to happen. And you can see EMA is holding and first entry long is producing significant move up. Now, when I observe this and I can see so many high lows here, if I'm going to zoom back and I'm going to combine it with the main bullish bias, you trade up into this consolidation bullish bias. I was looking for additional smaller spike in the channel, something like this, simply because the first entry long here held, EMA keeps holding and this small channel is holding as well. That doesn't mean you want to think about buying. Now we have a break in new extreme. Broad two-legged pullback is actually good for bulls because this means this downtrend will be too broad. So we can see leg down, break, second leg down. So this is good for bulls. We have a second entry long here, but I cannot go long above bearish bar. Double bar entry is horrible. So I'm thinking about possible high low. Now we have high low confirmation setup of the second entry long. But notice it got a little bit too congested. Even in all these bars, it is quite crammed next to each other. For this reason, it is more aggressive. The context wise, it makes sense because we need to get new high for this spike in the channel. Broad two legs are telling you there is no bearish reversal and push above EMA is going to give you the bullish bias. Decent setup, a little bit more aggressive. And notice what happened shortly after. And this is amazing setup because the price action acts as a little breakout pullback pattern. You can see small congestion here. You broke higher, came back, tested it. Look at this big bearish bar. A lot of sellers must have been trapped selling below this big bar. Uptrend is new high. This is failed second entry short, multiple test, new low. First entry short, second entry short failure, and this is great high probability setup. Failed second entry short, also multiple test, great signal bar, and this is high probability setup because you're using the price action rules. We need to get new high. Downtrend played out, and this price level is important. The buyers are stepping into the market. This is what we call triple test, multiple test. There's so many touches. I'm gonna call this multiple test. Uptrend is new high, great signal bar. A lot of sellers must have been trapped, and what a great setup. And you can actually have massive runner. You can just trail it really tight and still get a significant runner. So we have a break in new high. Now, market is correcting, and this is where it got confusing. I want to talk about this because you can see the structure by no means is bearish. I cannot think about faking the breakout. It is too bullish. I can't think about selling. It looks like there's a bigger pattern. I was thinking about some channel like this because we keep working higher, but this is not a good uptrend. Why this is not a good uptrend? And I talk about this quite a lot. Remember, uptrends, they are supposed to be series of high highs and high lows consistently like this. We had a spike up and a long trend range. We had long flat EMA. This is not how channels work. So this is confusing area, even quite for me, because I know I cannot sell, but at the same time, I'm too leery to be buying at the top because the uptrend is too weak. This is not a strong uptrend. We were in a trend range the whole time here. We were 4 hours in a trend range. This is completely flat. So even though it looks bullish, you know, this is very weak and I cannot be buying at the top of the push phase. So something to take into consideration. It requires a bit more experience and you need to have, you know, some screen time under your belt. This is more nuanced. But because this is long consolidation and a really series of high highs and high lows, this is not particularly decent uptrend. So even though there was no trigger here, even though we have a visual to like a pullback, I cannot go long here. Hopefully it makes sense because the uptrend played out with to break new high. I can see we have first leg up, break, second leg up, and we broke out of the trend range, so I cannot take this second entry long. The full second entry long is way too advanced. I don't think I can mark it. And price action continues to work lower, so what I'm going to do, redraw downtrend like this. Okay, I actually also had channel like this because this is where we have 3 swing confirmations. Either way, you have bounce off the channel or you expect new low for the channel right here. Now this right here is a micro double bottom can reset, first entry short, second entry short. And at this point, I deleted my wider uptrend because we retraced too much down into the trend range. This is a second entry short, very tempting. You can see the resistance is here again. It is off the channel, but it is not full at the EMA. And this is more aggressive. I can mark it. Had it touched the EMA, would have been great setup. A lot of key entry points, but because it is not full at the EMA, it is a bit more aggressive. Okay, price action keeps working lower, and right now we have a significant overshoot. Okay, I'm gonna actually draw it like this. I like this channel the most. As you can see, when you're watching this live, you're gonna tweak the channels around to make the best fit. This one fits the best, aligns with the EMA, but no matter how I draw the channel, I have to admit I have overshoot because we're so far from the EMA when you're watching this, and this was steep spike down towards the end of the channel. So overshoot means right now we can expect stronger pullback in the opposite direction. We can have stronger bullish correction. So does this mean I'm going to be focusing on buying? No, because I want to see this correction play out and I want to see new low for the downtrend because this trend down is so strong. We never even truly broke above EMA once. So this is very strong downtrend and it's most likely, according to price action rules, is going to get new extreme. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to redraw the short-term uptrend. Remember, after overshoot, you cannot sell the first second entry short at the EMA. There was none, but you cannot sell it. I'm not going long. I'm not going short. Uptrend is in play. I'm not going long because the downtrend, that's the main pattern. The only thing that's going through my mind is just, I want to see this correction play out and I want to sell. And this is also what could be a breakout pullback pattern. You can see we broke out of the trend range. This is the support. I want to see the support acting as resistance, but I cannot sell just yet because I don't know how many pushes higher there's going to be. I want to see push below EMA and lower high or filled second entry long. Most likely filled second entry long due to overshoot. Let's see. Okay, a small break new high. If we're going to push below EMA, can we get some setup? Okay, this is strong push below EMA. So I was thinking lower high, but now we're pushing too far down. The lower high needed to form right at the EMA. So I'm thinking second entry short. Okay, we have a new low first entry short. We're pushing above EMA, horrible bullish doji. There is no entry. Okay, can we get a second entry short? There, it would also be felt second entry long, but it's not. Okay, market is working higher. So right now what can happen? Remember, we had overshoot. So what I'm going to do, measure the first leg, project it. Okay, the bulls probably want to see the second leg because this was significant push down. You can see you retraced very little of the entire downtrend. So don't think about buying this downtrend. Still needs to get new low according to trendline rules. There may be stronger pullback. Market likes to move in pairs of twos. I just wait for the push below EMA and a felt second entry long. Also, we can make a case for the channel slightly wider. Okay, broad two legs, perfect. The broader they are, the more depletion of the bullish momentum is factored because this uptrend is too broad. Downtrend, two leg pullback. Can we get a felt second entry long? Okay, we push too far down, so the felt second entry long is going to be too far down. So I want to see right now second entry short. Okay, we don't have even first entry short new low. There's no first entry short, no first entry short. And we have first entry short here. This is very tempting setup because the context is perfectly clear. Downtrend is new extreme, broad two-legged pullback, massive push below EMA. We can predict what's going to happen following the price action rules. Okay, I'm going to combine the trendline rule. I'm going to combine the fact that the market moves in pairs of twos, strong push below EMA. But this is technically first entry short. Now this is very tempting setup because this looks so bullish. And towards the close, selling pressure increased and it generated such a massive tail at the top. More aggressive trader can consider. Honestly, had there been strong bearish close, you can even mark it red because there was strong momentum. This is hard to see in hindsight, but it looked bullish, reversed down. So something to think about, but there was no second entry short and we created new extreme. Because we have new low, I'm pausing looking to sell. Okay, I'm pausing looking to sell. I'm not looking for any wider channel just yet because it's simply too broad. This structure was not a downtrend day. This was a trend range. Steep leg down, 2 leg pullback, new low. I'm going to redraw the short-term uptrend. You have a small break, new high, and because we have so many pushes higher to new extreme, what does it mean? The uptrend is continuing, there is some wider channel, and I was thinking about spike any channel like this. Okay, it aligns with the EMA, and you can redraw because at this point it is pretty clear. This tight leg has a new high, and it is confirming. So you're definitely thinking about wider channel. I'm thinking about second entry long at the EMA. Micro double top, I need to reset the count. Okay, and you can see I kind of rushed through this, but this is the mindset you need to have as a trader. I'm going to zoom back a little bit more so it is obvious what to expect. Your goal as a price action trader is you're not really over analyzing. You're laid back. You expect for price action to show you its cards, meaning you want to see established channels, established structures, and once you see established channel, you just want to see pullback to the EMA, to the key entry point, and get a high probability setup. So we rush through this because there are only first entries. The structure is just developing. Same thing to the downside. When you have the downtrend established, then you're thinking about second entry short. You have a break of a channel. We're thinking about new low. So you always want to make sure that the high probability setup will form when everything aligns. So don't try to be micro analyzing every single bar. You want to make sure the context aligns, the trend line fits, and then you are expecting the correction to play out and take a high probability setup. So right now I'm thinking about second entry long at the EMA. We only had first entry long, but something doesn't fit right. First entry long only generated a strong push up. When this is quite concerning, we had a similar scenario at the beginning of the session. Once you see first entry long holding, a lot of times it means there's a key entry point and there's so much empty room here. This channel doesn't fit that well, so this is actually a good clue. I can widen the channel a little bit. A lot of times this can happen when only first entry long or short is rejecting strongly. Downtrend is working lower. I cannot tell, this is big lower high anyway. Breaking new extreme. I really think we're gonna get new high now. Can I get a failed second entry short above EMA? We're still below EMA. Market is working hard and we have new extreme. So market created new high. We have first leg up, break, second leg up. Uptrend played out with the break, new extreme, spike, and the channel has new high. This is a ranging market, flat EMA. So I'm not thinking about why the channel, because this is where the EMA flattened, and you can see EMA flat for such a long time. This is overall big trend range. I can mark it something like this. Big trend range here, big trend range here. It's not really that confirmed, but it helps you to focus more on these tighter channels and broad two-legged pullbacks. Now I can draw a channel wider like this. Why I can draw a channel wider like this? Well, I'm drawing a tight channel if I expect this to be pullback, part of the bigger uptrend. I'm not expecting this because uptrend played out with the break new high and have two-legged pullback. I expect this to be reversal, hence the broader downtrend. We have a failed second entry long, new high, first entry long, second entry long failure. Actually would have been tempting setup, but the signal bar on my chart is pure doji. New high, first entry long, second entry long. You know, this is pure doji. This is ugly. Once again, another aggressive setup due to the signal bar. Now, when I was watching this live, I was playing the channel wider. I really thought we were going to reverse. I was thinking about second entry short at the EMA. So I'm going to redraw the correction. Following the correction, you have a first entry short. I cannot sell first entry short. The uptrend is in play. It is just first entry short. But as we kept pushing higher, the second entry short never formed. And I realized, okay, we already retraced too much of this downtrend. So I'm not going to argue with the market. As a trader, you have to be professional and always remain objective. Market gives you information that something is happening differently than what you initially thought. So don't argue with the market. Don't get married to one idea. You have to be flexible. So what I'm going to do, it most likely was a situation like this. There was a massive overshoot, which means I'm no longer expecting new extreme as I was initially. I'm going to widen the uptrend because it really looks like one steep leg up. Okay, it is holding, and definitely now it retraced the entirety of the downtrend. So I'm definitely thinking about buying. Can we get a second entry long at the EMA? New high, first entry long. There's a second entry long, but there is no break lower. It's too far up. You can see there are some highs here, some resistance. It didn't trigger regardless, but had it triggered, it is forming quite high into these highs. Can we get some smaller high low here? The high low is bearish bar. I cannot go long above ugly bearish bar. Horrible single bar, cannot go long. And now we have new high here, first entry long, pullback. There was a mini second entry long. I can treat this as a double trap basically. And it is a visual to like a pullback. You can see small support is being formed. Great tier 1 single bar. Great high probability setup right here. Actually, I'm going to mark it as a second entry long. New high, first entry long, second entry long. Can reset, first entry long, second entry long. By the time we get a high low, it is not full at the EMA right into these highs. The uptrend is new high. This is why we're thinking about buying, by the way. This uptrend needs to get new extreme. EMA keeps holding to like a pullback down. High low worked anyway. It worked, you can see 275. We scalped for 2 points, but you don't want to take it anyway because it's just too far up. You can see the body far from the EMA into these highs. And this single bar was big, by the way. You need to use a little bit of a limit order here because it is quite big. So it came back. Limit order is needed. We have a break in new high, so I'm pausing, looking to go long. But uptrend keeps continuing. Okay. So we clearly established a brand new uptrend. EMA held. So I'm going to redraw wide the channel like this. Can we get a second entry long before the market is going to close? New high, first entry long. And there's only first entry long that has generated a strong push up. And market is about to close. So this is the overall structure for today. Fairly predictable day. The only confusing part was this area right here. It looked a little bit too bullish and market didn't continue working hard. It went back into trend range. But as you can see, break new high, downtrend, break new low, break new high. This overshoot reversed the market bullish. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to talk to you next time, and I hope you had a good trading day. Good luck in your trading.